Welcome to another video in the MallincamSky series. This video will talk about how to change the default saving locations for snapshots and video recording. So the first thing we should always do, of course, is plug in our camera and start MallincamSky. As you can see, I'm just using the sky radar, and I have it pointing outside, looking at some trees, just so that we have something on this screen. Now, if you just hit snap or you hit the record button, it will save it at the default location, which is usually in your documents / Mallincam directory. But sometimes you want to be, let's say, thoughtful and create a structure where you can save your files in a location which is easy to retrieve and easy for you to recall what those images represent. Now, first thing we will do is talk about just taking snapshots. So let me take about 4 or 5 snapshots. I'm just going to hit the snap button. And you can see it defaults by this 001, 002, and so on and so on. Now, you have the option of right-clicking on each one of these and then closing it, and it will ask you actually, do you want to save? And if it does, it allows you to point to where you would like it to go. But I'm going to just cancel that. One of the nice things you can do is you can make it save all of these in the same location. So to do that, just go to File, go down to Batch Save, and it'll open up a more intuitive directory structure. So right now it's telling us that, hey, my base location is my user documents MallincamSky. Now, since I'm using one of the good pieces of advice is create another folder with the name of the camera. So I'm just going to go over here. So I just left-clicked, and I'm going to go down to find the MallincamSky. Right. And I'm going to select it, but I'm going to hit Make New Folder. It's going to make a folder underneath that. And in that folder, I'm just going to call it Sky Radar AG 1.2C. Just give it a nice name that represents my camera. Okay. And say OK. And you can see that folder is where it's going to start saving these snapshots. Now, I can have it create a sub folder underneath there, and this is a good thing to do, right? So my subfolder name, and again, you can make it do none. You can select all these other formats, but I'm just going to make it use the date. So it's going to create a folder within the Sky Radar folder, just to with this date over here. And then I have an option of giving it a format. And again, you can use the time and the date, but I have no problem using 001, 002 underneath that. But if you want to use the date and the time, feel free to do that, and a prefix. So I'm just going to call, I already got this as test, but I'm going to sit there and say, hey, I'm taking some images of some trees. Cool. And I put a space after it, and that just makes it easy with the index following that, but you don't have to do that. And the format is PNG, but you can see you have different types of formats. The advantage of using some of the TIFF formats and the bits is you don't lose anything. But if you're using the fits, you have the option of actually encoding some information about how the image was actually taken from data from over here. But I'm just going to use a PNG. So got the process, and since I'm using a sequence and I'm having it starting at number 1, all I need to do is hit OK, and look what will happen over here. So OK, and that's trees 001, trees 002, trees 003, 004, 005. And if I go to my file structure, let me just go in here and have a look at my documents, look at MallincamSky, and go and check the Sky Radar, because that's the folder I created. There's the structure folder that everything that's from today's date, and in today's date there's the trees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's kind of cool, eh? Well, you said, well, that's fine for taking snapshots. What about if I want to record a video? Well, the video, you need to go into the options area, go into preference, and then that little dialog box will pop up. And you just want to make sure it's for the record. And again, I'm putting it in MallincamSky. And let me create a structure for this. I'm going to sit there. Well, you know what? Let's go over here. And because I've already have a folder called my camera, I'll put it there. So I'm going to put it in there. My subfolder, I'll use the same format. So I'll put it in today's date. File format, just to make it a bit different. I'm going to use, let's sit there and use this weird looking guy. And the prefix, okay, more trees. Now, put an S for trees. If you go down to the sample, it will actually show you who it's going to put these guys. It's going to go MallincamSky, Sky Radar, right? Today's date, and yep, that's the name of the file. Right? Not very useful, right? Right? But what the heck? But with the word more trees inside there. All right. So let's apply that. Say OK. Let's go back to our video. It's just doing something. Let's just record a couple of seconds of some nice looking trees and a wire. Let's stop that beastie. And it's done. So if we go to our file structure again, there we go. Let's go to my documents, go down to MallincamSky. If I can find it, there it is. There's our folder, there's today's date, and there's the video, more trees, right? You see why it's good sometimes to put that space behind the trees. You can put a colon if you want to, so more trees, colon, just makes it stand out, but this just tells me exactly what date, what time I took it, and you can use any naming convention that you want. So these are the snapshots, and this is the video recording, nicely saved. Now the nice thing about that is if I stop the program, so let's go File, Exit, and I come back into it, and I go and check my options, preferences, it puts everything except the prefix. So the prefix is usually what you're going to be changing because you're choosing different things. Like last time it said more trees, I can have it say, you know, M51 or whatever I need over here as a prefix. But let me go cancel. If I go and I take some snapshots, let me just do this, and I take some snapshots, 1, 2, 3. You notice that it defaulted back to 001, 002, 003. But when I go to batch save, it pulls back what it had. There's the tree. So it does record it someplace, and you just can pull it back and change this to whatever you want. So it does remember where you left off, but it still displays it over here, only when you actually sit there and give it permission to do that. So hopefully this was helpful. I will have more videos that go into more detail as we're doing some batch captures and stuff like that later on. But as usual, if you have any questions, just log on to the Mallincam site, post them, and somebody will get back to you. Thank you for watching.